week over at Starbucks and for Starbucks Workers United. So what am I talking about there? Well, they've had several stories talking about and several movements. So let's talk about, we know that Starbucks Workers United has been fighting with corporate to get to a first contract, first of all. We know that Starbucks Workers United has been doing a really good job of organizing stores around the country. And there are over 300 now that have filed union papers with the NLRB. But here's the first thing that happened was that on July 4th, showing the independence for all workers, in a victory for workers, a judge found that Starbucks broke U.S. labor law dozens of times, which we knew for a long time, as part of their union busting campaign in Pittsburgh. So Pittsburgh was the first city that had a big win. To celebrate, here are some of our favorite quotes from Judge Ringler's 50-page ruling. And here is the ruling itself. But on page 6, Hirakawa's general denial has not been credited. She was less than a credible witness who seemed more committed to advocating Starbucks' position than offering accurate testimony. So corporate-sponsored people. Testimony when discussing the illegal terminations of 2 Starbucks union leaders, Tambellini and Manfrey, who were fired for time and attendance issues. Judge Ringler notes that many other workers were late far more times than either of these two. So it was intentional and it was targeted. And Starbucks had disparate treatment for disciplining workers for lateness. There was no explanation why Hampton, who was late a whopping 170 times, received this treatment. All right, he only received a documented coaching versus them who got fired because they were organizing, but he was playing ball and he was not organizing and not going for the union. So they were rewarding the people that were not pro-union.
AKA scabs.
Yep. And all of these will be in the chat. So it was written about by John Quayle, who is one of the, I think he's a managing editor over at Common Dreams. Like, he doesn't normally write articles, but once in a while he steps out from behind the desk and behind the editor's desk to write something. So he says that in what union members have called a huge victory for workers, and I always question exactly how big a victory that is when union members, but when union leaders say it, I question it, but when union members say it's a huge victory, that's good. An administrative judge with the NLRB has ruled that Starbucks violated federal labor law by terminating organized workers in several Pittsburgh locations, accusing the company of orchestrating a purge of employees leading the unionization effort. We've covered several different stories, and we're going to talk about Ithaca, and something big happened in Ithaca this week also. And that's the story I can't even figure out how to get my head around, but it's going to be really interesting to see how it plays out. But Judge Robert Ringler, he's the judge that found that the company and local store managers abused their power and unlawfully targeted workers organizing with Pittsburgh Starbucks Workers United. As part of the decision, he ordered the company to reinstate the fired workers and compensate any employees who lost income due to the illegal labor practices. I'm sorry. So that's great. I mean, I love people getting their jobs back. I love people getting reinstated with back pay. I would like to see them I would like to see them also get some kind of punitive damages, for pain and suffering, for the cost of having to go out and get jobs. And the Ithaca ruling is actually going to talk a little bit about that. That got even more extreme. But noting how the specific union members were consistently treated differently than other non-union employees and ultimately fired, the judge said in his ruling that a repeated pattern of unlawful activity abundantly demonstrates a causal relationship between their firings and union activities. I would say it's more than a casual relationship. I would say it's a marriage. But that's just me. I would say that they're definitely DTF and that they're friends with benefits. So 3 of the fired workers were part of the union's 5-member bargaining unit. A fact that the judge suggested was not a coincidence. Yeah, I would suggest that too. Thanks, Judge. At least you have somewhat, hey, this guy's not totally bought by corporate America. How about that, folks? We have one.
Or he at least has some common sense. He has to you know what I mean?
Wow.
Or it was so blatant, he felt like he couldn't really deny it. I mean,
yeah. Yeah, it's like no, you definitely stole the shit. You took it from the counter. Like, you know,
Right.
we might get you off anyway, but you definitely did the shit. Pretty much.
Right. Tori Tambellini, she's one of the workers fired. She applauded the judge's ruling. I absolutely
Tori
cannot be.
Trampolini.
Come on, man. These people have been through so much. I absolutely cannot wait to be back on the shop floor with my coworkers fighting for the contract we deserve, she said on Monday. So that's awesome. Yep. Pittsburgh Starbucks United. If you're not following them, give them a follow. That's in the Common Dreams article. So National Union, which we've been talking about at length, Starbucks Workers United, okay, said that the 50-page ruling exposes the ludicrous and simply implausible excuses that Starbucks has used to justify their union-busting actions. It also shows just how far the company is willing to go to stop workers from organizing and just how scared they are of their own workers as an organization. And they are. Because, you know, look, they work on pretty relatively thin margins, and labor is one of the ways that they make up a lot of that profit. So as workers at Starbucks stores nationwide have racked up organizing victories, the company has been hit numerous times with NLRB rulings that found unlawful labor practice. Like I said, it's just far from the first time. Not even a multi-billion-dollar corporation like Starbucks is above the law. Breaking the law. Right? So workers are fighting back. Yep. Yes, it is. Well, sure. I think that's actually Butthead, but maybe. Yep. They're winning.
Both of them.
This ruling is just one step in our campaign to hold Starbucks accountable. And I love that. Time is ticking, Starbucks, and the longer time is ticking to Starbucks, he's talking directly to them. I love how he addresses it. The longer you continue your anti-union crusade, the more the public will learn about your truly heinous actions against workers. It's not too late to stop this now. Do the right thing and come to the bargaining table in good faith. That's, again, John Quayle. He is the managing editor over at Common Dreams, which is Indie Media Award honoree and one of the best orgs out there when it comes to reporting stories.